Ever woken up and felt every decision was purely your own? That you're the captain of your ship, freely sailing the seas of destiny? Turns out, the debate around free will vs. determinism is one of humanity's oldest puzzles. Or, have you ever felt as if life is just an inevitable sequence of events, where your every step was written long before you were born? Or is everything that happens simply the result of fate, genetics, environment, and the inescapable laws of physics? Let's dive into one of the most profound debates in the history of human thought. This is the intuitive idea that we possess the ability to make genuine choices and decisions that are not entirely determined by causes beyond our control. When you decide to drink coffee instead of tea this morning, or choose a particular career path, you feel it was genuinely your choice. This is an age-old question that has baffled philosophers for millennia. Do we have complete control over our lives? This idea posits that every event, including human decisions and actions, is entirely determined by prior causes. If we knew all the initial conditions of the universe and all the laws of physics, hypothetically, we could predict the future completely. In this view, we are products of our surroundings, and our choices are merely responses to external stimuli. Free will, the power of our choices. From this perspective, our actions might simply be instructions pre-coded into our DNA. Our feeling of making choices is like a character in a movie thinking they're writing the script, when in fact the story was already written from the start. Our brains are just complex organs following physical rules, so our thoughts and choices are also the result of predetermined physical processes. On one side of the debate, we have the concept of free will. What's the point of morality, praise, or punishment? Aren't they all just formalities? If our lives are already determined, then what's the meaning of freedom, responsibility, regret, or ambition? Perhaps the essence of human existence lies in the tension between our feeling of freedom and the constraints of reality. We feel responsible for our actions. We praise or blame others for their choices. Or are we just dancing to a predetermined melody of the universe? Share your views in the comments below. Is there some empty space in our brains where choices can emerge without prior cause? We can have free will in the sense that we act according to our own desires and wants, even if those desires themselves are determined by prior factors. Essentially, we are free if we can do what we want to do, regardless of how those wants were formed. Our legal system, our morality, everything is based on the assumption that individuals can choose to act differently. If there were no free will, then why have moral accountability? Why do we punish crime or reward kindness? The idea of free will gives us a sense of agency, hope, and the ability to shape our future. Advocates of free will often argue that our subjective experience of making choices is sufficient evidence. Determinism, the universe's mechanism. Whether you believe in free will or determinism, your actions today will shape the path ahead. And the question itself forces us to ponder who we are and how we live. However, on the other side of the coin, there's determinism. Determinism comes in various forms. Physical determinism argues that everything is a consequence of the laws of physics and chemistry. There's also environmental determinism, which states that our choices are completely shaped by our environment and past experiences, our upbringing, education, culture, and even our social interactions. There's even genetic determinism, where our genes dictate our predispositions and behaviors. If determinism is true, then our free will is just an illusion. The confounding question, implications and compatibilism. So, which one is correct? Are we puppets of fate or the creators of our own reality? The implications are enormous. If we have no free will, what's the point of striving? However, if free will is real, how does it fit into a universe governed by cause and effect laws? Some philosophers attempt to reconcile these two views through compatibilism. They argue that free will and determinism are not mutually exclusive. Ultimately, this debate may not have a single, satisfying answer. Maybe what matters isn't whether we have complete control, but how we use the illusion of control, or even that limited control, to give meaning to our lives. So, what do you think? Do we have complete control over our lives?